Good. I am so pleased to hear that. As I say, my name is Andy Thompson. I work in education in Oxford as well. Who doesn't? Virtually everybody you meet in Oxford seems to work in education. Yeah, you go on the streets, everywhere people around you. I'm the director of an organisation called Oxford Myrtle Education Consultancy, and a lot of the work that I do is with young people of your age, people of a little bit younger, 14, 15, and all the way through to university and to postgraduate students, helping them in a variety of ways with their journey, their big journey through education, through those early years where you start identifying what you want to do in the world, where you want to be, through all those challenging, nail-biting moments. If you're an English-based student, we are brutally cruel to our children in this country. We make them do public exams at 16. In most countries, you are spared until you are 18. Who's got big exams coming up in the next year? Yes? Always. Is it scary? Is it scary? But it's exciting, and it's what you're made for as well, because I'm sure you're all wonderful. I've been hearing some very, very wonderful things, talking with colleagues who I've worked with in recent years on this very course about how wonderful you are. What brings people to a course like this, I always think it's because you are very clever, and you can see that education is not just about what goes on for a school-based qualification. I have a wonderful friend in East Oxford, and he has a rather dim view of A-level physics. He's a physics teacher, and he says this when he's in class at school. He says, when I am standing over here and talking to you, I am talking to you about the things you need to pass A-level physics. He says, but when I stand over here, those of you who think that physics is just about passing an exam may ignore me. But when I'm standing over here, I am teaching you about physics. What goes on beyond A-level, what goes on at university, what goes on beyond that. Have people had that kind of experience in this last couple of weeks where we start to see towards something bigger? Yeah? And something that becomes yours. Because I have very generous teaching colleagues here, wonderful in themselves, who share what they have learned. And that's what your best teachers do at school, it's what your best teachers will do at university, it's what the best people will do in the careers that you progress towards, how they will share with you as well. Oxford Summer Academy is also part of something much larger, Oxford International College, an OXSS, the brainchild of Mario Peters, somebody who I've worked with in education for the last 20 years, and Mario was very much, this is his vision, that we share in education, that we provide, that we support, and that we encourage you outwards. The two questions which are always paramount in my mind in working with young people are these. Where are we going today? What are we going to learn in this particular lesson? What do you want to learn? Where do you want to go through what we teach you? And the next question always, how far can you go? So if there was something that you struggled with, if there was something that you maybe thought you couldn't do so well, can we find a way to show you where you can take it further? And Mario's main college, Oxford International College, the performance of the students at A-level, where students have come and found themselves and progressed to very fine university courses, to very fine degrees. And what we are all here for is to help you discover yourselves, enable you to move forward into these kind of bright futures. I'm nearly finished, and then we're going to get to some serious prize giving, and then you can do what you are here for on this planet. On this planet, I well remember the great American novelist Kurt Vonnegut Jr. was here about 30 years ago giving a talk, and somebody said to him, he said, what's the meaning of life? He said, we are on this planet to goof off, we are on this planet to have fun, we are on this planet to... No, we are. Not at the expense of my colleagues in management at this college. So, but tonight, yes, is very much here to celebrate your time with us, your time in Oxford. Is this a first visit for some of you, or anybody been here before this last couple of weeks? Will you come again? Yes. Good, because it's always an immensely welcoming place. I have lived here for 28 years now. My university is Cambridge, which some of you may visit as well, another very, very beautiful city, and very different again. And we're blessed in these two wonderful institutions, and so many wonderful institutions in education in the UK, not just in England, but in Scotland, in Wales, in Northern Ireland, the Republic of Ireland as well. So for those of you that might be thinking about UK education as a venue for university, we have an immense amount of options, and you've had one sample of it in this lovely city. Some of you will not be going home tonight. Maybe some of you are here for another 2 weeks and will hear me going on once more at the end of this month. And if you are here for a couple of weeks more, then more of the same. Savour, enjoy. I know there are some different activities, different opportunities, and so do enjoy them. For those of you who are leaving tonight, let's hope it's a temporary farewell. Do come and see us all again in Oxford. And on that note, I'm going to move forward to handing out our certificates to all of you who are finishing tonight. And I must apologise from the outset. If you haven't picked this up already, despite the fact that I have been in this very civilised part of England for the last 40 years, I am in fact from the north of England. This means that I am challenged in terms of my pronunciation of certain words in English. So for example, I have a very enthusiastic student at the moment. She came into Oxford to see me the other day. She said, "Andy, you're absolutely right about where I want to go to university." She said, "I want to go to Bath." I said, no. I said, "You want to go to Bath." And she said, "Well, you say Bath, you say Bath." I said, "Bath." No, I say Bath, you say Bath. So I may well mispronounce names. Please do tell me, do correct me. Rafa, who is generous and kind and thoughtful and brilliant as always, has given me a printout, but he's deliberately challenging me because I'm at a time in life where my eyesight is not so great and the print size is about 3 points. So here goes, we're going to kick off. Do I have Dana Aguilar? Come and join me. Fundamentally important in the Independence Day celebrations. Dana, congratulations. Oh my word, it doesn't get any easier. Okay, so moving on, I have here Dalland, is that correct? Dalland. Amazing things that support that. Device programming and the Internet of Things, mathematics, photography. That's quite a mix, yeah? Good for you, man. It's great to see you encountering so many different things while you're with us. Congratulations. Thank you. Well, this is getting slightly easier in terms of forenames, but not so much in terms of surnames. I have Olivia. Olivia. You're going to be with us a couple more weeks? Yes, I am. Determination. Yeah. Woo. And I'm definitely going to get this wrong, so please correct me. Supicha? Medicine, yes, and we're looking at the young doctor course. Congratulations, that's really wonderful. And I think a similar mission, young doctor in medicine. Fantastic. Jennifer Costa. Fantastic, wonderful. Niti, Angelina. Full collaboration for you, young man, because I hear that that you presented without notes in the debate.
Oh my God.
Reagan? We always know when you're in the room. And the young engineer, my father was an engineer. He used to have a sign on his desk because the joke was that engineers aren't very good at writing. And it said, when I first came here, I could, C-U-D, not spiel, engineer with a J. And then underneath it said, now I are one. Ricardo Hernandez. Another star of public speaking and debate? Yeah? Fantastic. Justine Quay. On the other course as well.
Have you read
Winter. You get a hug because you still believe it. Chapman Lee. And I think, young man, that we're going to see more of you, aren't we? In the new year. That's good to know. Megan Lewis.